My friends, we are at the end of the series for recording the perfect guitar tone. When I originally said this was gonna be a mini-series, I lied. I wasn't really thinking of all the separate things that I do instinctively to get a tone that I'm after. So let's do this breakdown one last time. We have gone over setting up guitars with Underoath's guitar tech and personal friend Diego, guitar choice, pickups, and tone woods with Trey Xavier from Gear Gods. Jeff Loomis hopped in to talk to us about pick choice, dead strings versus fresh strings, cable length with Rudy Ayub, affordable versus expensive preamps with Will Fraley, DI boxes, using amp sims with real cabs, and have come to the end of the line. Finding the right amplifier. By the end of this episode and the closing of this series, you will have everything under your belt to get the perfect guitar tone. So what's happening, fam? Miami here with JST, and today I have a bit of a dilemma. When I first started out doing this video, I was working with a song from my old band. I re-recorded a guitar part and had a tone I came up with from Toneforge Jeff Loomis. But as many of you know, I am no stranger to hardware gear and have quite the amp collection. So I wanted to see if I could beat the tone that I had gotten. I figured it wouldn't be weird if I was able to beat the tone of an amp sim I got in 30 seconds after going through a well thought out and time intensive reamp, right? And I just couldn't do it. So I found some tones that were definitely cool and different, but nothing that could absolutely smoke Toneforge Jeff Loomis. So the dilemma is this. If Toneforge ends up winning this comparison I'm about to do, it's my fault because of how I dialed the amp in. If only he just turned the treble up on that 5150, it would have won. So just trust that I dialed these amps in to where they sounded the best. If I did this like I did the Howard Benson vocals versus $6,000 vocal chain, the video would be an hour long and only the most dedicated of you would watch it. So what we're gonna do is a blind shootout of the tones I got from a bunch of amps, the best amps in the world. You guys always get mad when I don't say my opinion. Well, I'm saying it now, and I'm sorry that my opinion is also a fact. The PV5150s, 5152s, and the JCM 800 2204 are the best analog amps in the world for heavy music. But I have even more than those today. We'll be using the PV5150, 5152, 1985 Marshall JCM 800 2204 Mark II, because you guys know I don't play around, a Soldano modded JCA50, a Mesa dual rectifier, a Bogner Ecstasy, and one of my favorite amps in Sleeper, the Orange OR15. We're going to send these all through the same impulse response to put them on equal footing, and I'll be using a TS9 tube screamer on all the analog amps because I was using one in the amp sim. After we're done playing them, I want you to make a mental note of your favorites. Then we're gonna play them again, letting you know which was which. I have a feeling these results might really push people's buttons, but it's okay. You can push my buttons anytime. Subscribe button, like button, share button, and notification bell. Transition game crazy. All right, let's hop into this example. Now that we've heard them back to back, I want to set the criteria for what I consider a perfect guitar tone. You know, for rhythm in the post-hardcore and metalcore genre. 1. Does it complement the bass guitar? Does it fill the sonic spectrum that was lacking in the song? Is it balanced overall? Does it sound 90% of the way there with no additional processing? Is the distortion sweet but not overly saturated? If you need to rewind and listen to the blind shootout one more time, go ahead. It's time to reveal the amps and do this one more time. I bet people that dropped $1,000 or $2,000 for their amps are kind of biting their nails right now. Let's check it out. So what makes a perfect guitar tone? Tons of variables. Setups, guitars, strings, cables, preamps, DIs, experimenting, but the truth is, it's the player. All of these pieces add up to make it possible to have the perfect guitar tone, but every note comes from the player's fingertips. If the ability is there, you now have all the knowledge to get the sound in your head into Reaper. Or whatever DAW you choose, Reaper gang over here. What were your thoughts on the amps? Did something stick out to you as the perfect guitar tone? Let's have a discussion in the comments below because I could literally talk about guitar amps for the rest of my life. If you're an engineer on the come up, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, you only have to do it one time. And tap that bell for notifications so when a video drops, you know the location. Till next time, I'm out of here. Mic drop! Except as engineers we know, I'd never really drop this thing, because that would get really expensive, even if it is a piece of shirt. Later.